Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Daniel's son. Well, a while back, somebody requested me to do a review on this, and I'm actually getting to it today. This is L'Homme Idéal Cologne by Guerlain. This is a Eau de Toilette. Let me give you a little bit of basic facts about this. My phone just slid off. Let's put that back up there and let's try this again. See, bloopers. Bloopers, I don't edit, so that was actually pretty fun. Let's try this again. You want to try this again without editing? Hey, y'all. My name is Daniel's son, and I'm here to do a review today on L'Homme Idéal Cologne. Somebody requested for me to do a review on this a while back, and I'm actually getting to it today. Might not be what you think, this review, but I actually want to thank everybody for there was two videos ago that I asked everybody to ask me a question so I could do a questions and answer video. That actually went pretty well. I actually had quite a few people ask me a question, and my last video was basically me answering everybody's questions. But that was fun for me. I actually enjoyed that, and I want to do it again here in maybe a few more weeks. So if you want to do that again, if you want me to see me do that again, go ahead and start asking me questions or giving me a topic or something to talk about, and in a few weeks I'll go ahead and do another one of those. But let's get on with this review. I don't know how long ago it was, maybe 5 months ago, 4 months ago. There was so much hype on YouTube about this. All the fragrance reviewers did a review on this and hyping it up and saying how great it was. And everybody recommended it. Even Luca Turner, from what I understand, Luca Turner gave this a 4-star out of 5. If y'all don't know who Luca Turner is, he is a fragrance critic. He is I guess you could call him a fragrance expert. He's written several books on fragrances, and he rates fragrances in a 5-star rating. Like if he thinks a fragrance sucks, he'll give it like 1 or 2 stars. And if he thinks a fragrance is really good, he'll give it like a 4-star. And if he thinks it's a brilliant fragrance, he'll give it like a 5. He actually gave this a 4-star. So there is a lot of hype about this, and I'm actually glad that I'm doing this review so I could give you my opinion on this. But let me give you a little bit of basic facts about this. This came out in 2015. Even though it says L'Homme Idéal Cologne, this is actually an Eau de Toilette concentration. The perfumer is Terry Wasser, one of my all-time favorite perfumers. Guerlain is a French niche house. The notes to this are top notes: grapefruit, orange, bergamot. Heart notes: almond, neroli. Base notes: musks, S, and Indian vetiver. Let me go ahead and cut to the chase. I'll tell you if I like it or not, if I love it, and if I recommend it. I think this fragrance is, I don't hate it and I don't love it. I think it's okay. If I had to rate this between a 1 and 10, I wouldn't give it very high, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Maybe I would say probably right in the middle, about a 5. It's like 1 would be like hating it, 10 would be absolutely loving it. It's sort of right in the middle. It's sort of like, sort of okay. Do I recommend this? Absolutely not. Nope. Ooh, what did he say? Ooh, how could he say that? Everybody loves this. All the other fragrance reviewers talks about how great it is and they recommend it. How come he doesn't? Luca Turner gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. How come he doesn't? I don't know. I have a different opinion on it than everybody else, I guess. I'll tell you why I don't really particularly care for it. One is the performance. I think the performance sucks on this. As far as longevity, the best that I've ever gotten out of this in a single day, in a single wearing, is actually not quite 6 hours. The average is right around 4.5 to 5 hours of a wearing out of this. So it's below average. If I had to compare it to all my other fragrances in general, on the average, it's like below average. As far as projection sucks. It's basically non-existent. The last few times I've wore this, I've like doubled my sprays trying to get it to perform better, and it really doesn't. It'll project a little bit. It'll project moderately for about a half hour on me, and then after that it gets really close to the skin, and like I said, the longevity is 5 hours, but basically after a few hours it's like you have to get really close to be able to smell it. It basically turns into almost a skin scent. So the performance is terrible on this as far as my experience. And another reason I don't recommend it and that I really don't care for this is the fragrance and the scent overall. This has a citrus top and a citrus opening, and actually this citrus opening lasts longer as far as the citrus opening than any other fragrance that I have in my entire collection. The citrus opening on this lasts, like, it seems like an hour and a half on this before it actually even starts to develop into anything else, which isn't that much. So it has a long opening of, to me, is grapefruit and lemon, and that lemon and grapefruit isn't that natural to me. You can tell it's grapefruit and lemon, but as far as the natural and the quality of it, it's not that great to me. And after that citrus, after it starts to develop into something else, I'm left with a mid of neroli and a little bit of almond and maybe a little bit of musk. And that's basically it. So the fragrance itself, the scent itself, is actually quite boring. There's not a lot going on. So I'm really, really disappointed in this. And everybody else in the fragrance community, especially the reviewers and Luca Turner, apparently love this fragrance, but I ain't getting it. Not me. I think it's poor performance and mediocre scent at the best. So I do not recommend this, but I have two alternatives. If you want something along the same lines as this, with that, like, this is supposed to have a good almond, which it doesn't to me, but this has a flanker, there's a flanker along with this that's L'Homme Ideal Sport, that to me is twice as good as the L'Homme Ideal Cologne in every way. The performance is better on this. There's a lot more going on in the fragrance. For example, this has a beautiful spicy opening. Beautiful spicy opening. And along with that, it actually has an added aquatic accord, which gives it even more something else going on in this. Performance is better, and if you're looking for another alternative to this, go with the original, the one that started all the flankers, the Ideal, L'Homme Ideal EDT. This is the one that started these two. This is the original one. This is twice as good as this, in my personal opinion, for a couple of different reasons. The performance is much better. The overall scent is much better. There's so much going on in this fragrance compared to the Cologne Eau de Toilette. In this one, it's citrus, rosemary, orange blossom, almond, tonka, leather, Indian vetiver, cedar, and it has an amaretto note, and I get all that. And it has a opening, mid, and dry down. Longevity is really good on this thing. So yeah, I do not recommend this at all, but I actually recommend these much more. I give these 2 thumbs up actually, because I like them so much more. So, you know, I actually wished I liked it. I wished I was like this, like everybody else does, but I just don't. And, you know I don't think I've ever heard anybody say anything negative about this, but that's my personal feelings about it. That's the way I feel about it. So if I don't recommend it, but if y'all want to check these out, which I really love these, I'll put the link to both of these in the description, so if you want to check these out. But hopefully y'all will see me in a couple of days. I'm really behind. A lot of people have been wanting me to do like different fragrances, and I'm really behind on that. So I want to try to get caught up a little bit. So hopefully y'all will see me in the next day or two with something else. But anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you got something from this. But I will talk